Welcome back to The Take with Tyler, where I go ahead and I take on movies, TV shows, and even your karaoke performance last night that you did to Careless Whisper by George Michaels. Spoiler alert, you sucked. Now, if you're interested in my cocktail here, because it is a beautiful specimen, we have a red and green cocktail, almost like a red light, green light. Today, we're going to take on season 2 of Squid Games, because to date, this is maybe the most ridiculous show that I've seen on Netflix in a while. Now, the storyline in the first season is very dark. Just everything is so dark. These games that they play are just completely menacing. You think they're children's games, but they're ultimately killing people round by round until they go from 456 people to just one. Now, they start by rounding up all these poor, in debt, down on their luck people in some sort of a giant facility, and they essentially make them gladiator style fight for their lives day by day in these children games until nobody is left except one winner who wins the ultimate prize, which is 45.6 billion won. Roughly comes out to 30 million US dollar. And yes, I did have to look that up. Can't do math like that. 0.0007 decimal point. What am I doing with that? Now, the story revolves around your main character, player 456. He is the last one to get chosen. His name is Guion, but essentially they all just call each other by their numbers for the majority of the show. Now, spoiler alert, in season 1, he makes it all the way to the end and he ends up winning the money. Now, there is a lot of sadness, there's a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations. People die that are close to him. No happiness to it whatsoever. Obviously, these people are killing each other for prize money. Essentially, it'd be like if I took a bunch of adults and threw them in the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese and then I made them fight to the death for who gets the first slice of cheese pizza. I actually think that happened once. I don't think Chuck E. Cheese is around anymore. So at the end of season 1, you see Guion, player 456. He wins the money, but ultimately his life feels empty because of all the people that had to die in order for him to get this. So he spends one full year just kind of wallowing with this $30 million sitting in his bank account until one day he gets a letter from the big bad people who made them play the games. The last few scenes are him finding out that this was all just a big game. This was all just literally for the enjoyment of these big, high, powerful people, and it just sickens him. And so he tells himself, I'm going to get back at them, and I'm going to find a way to stop these games once and for all. Now, we cut to season 2, which took roughly about 3 years to make. It's been 3 years, and player 456, Guion, is still trying to find a way to infiltrate the Squid Games once again. He's trying to get in. He's trying to find a way to get back at these people and stop these games and save all these poor, innocent, down on their luck people. Now, there's 10 episodes in the first season. There's only 7 in the second season. And I will say, they clip along real fast in season 2. They kind of try to speed shit up a little bit to make sure that you understand people are dying. And now the big bad, the front man from season 1, he realized that Guion is coming back. And so what he does is he kind of creates this elaborate plan that he's going to join the games himself to fuck with player 456 and make sure that he doesn't just waltz in there, tell everybody how these games work, and just save them so then there's no prize money, or that people just kind of have their own free will to leave whenever they want. No, he's got to make sure that 455 people die for his amusement and walk away with $30 million, 45.6 billion won, whatever. Now, the biggest difference from season 1 to season 2 is the tone. Season 1 is so dark. It's like a gray cloud is just constantly raining over everybody while they die playing children's games. But the tone in season 2 is just a lot more upbeat. Like, it's very poppy and just colorful, and they almost are like excited that they're dying for this prize money. They switch it up in the demographic that they put in there. In the first season, it's a bunch of older 40s, 50s, 60-year-olds that are, just in crazy amounts of debt that are never going to work them way out. And they live in the gutters. Season 2, it's all millennials, Gen Zers. They're all like 25 to 35 who just made wildly bad investments on crypto, or have blown all of their daddy's money, or do just the weirdest fucking drugs ever so that they have no money ever. Got all the fucking purple hair and the earrings and just all the bullshit. Now, once again, they do a pretty good job of giving you good backstory on every character. Why are they down on their luck? Why are they in so much debt? That's kind of what draws you in on the first season. You really feel for each and every one of these people, because at some point in our life, we've been down on our luck. We've been in debt probably. And if you haven't been, good for you. So back to the heart of the story, where you have player 456, who once again, he's trying to help everybody. He wants to make sure that he can save as many people as possible. After each and every game of season 2, they allow the players to vote to leave with whatever money that they've accumulated from everybody dying. After game 1, everyone would have gotten $16,000 and just walked out of there. They said, fuck that. Game 2, everybody would have walked out of there with about $55,000, but they go, not today, Satan. Wars are starting to break out between the sides that are voting to go home and the sides that are voting to stay, which is ultimately what the big bad front man was trying to do. He's trying to create a divide. Now, secretly, he's infiltrated the games himself. He's playing in the games himself, which is fucking lunatic, but it makes it very entertaining, and it makes it like a super important plot line of the whole thing. Because Guion hates the front man, but he actually doesn't know what the front man looks like because the front man is always wearing a mask. He's just a villain hiding in plain sight, a wolf hiding in sheep's clothing. It then starts getting a little ridiculous because now they're up to like $200,000 that everyone can walk away with after game 4, and everyone's just like, one more game. One more game. Uno mas game. One more game. Now they're power hungry and they've won the first 4 games and they think to themselves, I'll easily survive the last 2 games, not realizing that every single person needs to die for them to walk out with the absolute grand prize. That's about the time that player 456 has decided he's had enough, so he creates a coup. He and this coup decide that they need to go ahead and they need to steal some guns, they need to break out, and they need to go ahead and save the rest of the people that are there so that nobody dies in the next game. This is where only having 7 episodes kind of hurt this season because honestly, they kind of get to that last episode and they realize, we ran out of time. So they leave you with this big, fat, ugly cliffhanger, just kind of knowing that there's more to come because honestly, nothing gets resolved. You know, player 456 is still in the facility. The front man's still out there. Should have maybe given you a spoiler alert. Tons of people are dead. Tons of people are not dead. Technically, they still have 2 games remaining to get the ultimate prize. Like any second season of a crazy show like this, though, it can't live up to the first season, in my opinion, because honestly, the first season, you have the shock and awe, you have the newness. The first episode, when you see red light, green light, shit, I'm out. All of that goes down, you lose your fucking mind. I lost my fucking mind. So when season 2 rolls around and they're doing similar things, you know, it's still incredible and still completely out of this world, but you're a little bit more prepared. You got your seatbelt buckled in now and you're a little bit more ready for the blow. And without giving too much away, you know, there is going to be a season 3. It is going to be the final season, which I'm happy for because honestly, with this show like this, I don't think you can do much more than 3 seasons. Maybe 4, but at that point, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Now, if you got some time, make yourself a red light, green light cocktail, binge watch the shit out of the first season, and then go ahead and start the second season because it is well worth the watch and it's like something you've probably never ever seen before. If you guys like this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, maybe throw me a couple of likes. Let me know what movies you want me to review. Let me know what my take is on any TV shows. TikTok's back. Let me know if there's some TikToks you want me to go ahead and check out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the take. See you next time.